been so fucking long. Almost done. Almost over with.
You're gonna try to get to even?
Yep. With my new win rate and required win rate and observed standard deviation, I'm 41% to get even.
Wow. Just the numbers.
I crunched the numbers here. I'm a 41% ball to fucking get there.
Alright, I'm gonna start.
Dude, this is so many hands straight through.
Yeah, it is.
What were we thinking? I bet you we finished by 5 though.
I would pick the under or the before.
Oh really?
I think so. Yeah, maybe. I mean, Duck finished before 1 yesterday.
Okay, well that doesn't count. I'm up. I got this. I should have raised for information. Boat's full. Woo woo.
I've been doing a lot of raises for info. Or just a cheap raise, just get the free short. That works pretty hard.
Well, it'll rebluff there though. It's kind of tough, but I like it.
Need that for information.
He got there on the mother effing turn. Should have raised the flop for protection. Damn it.
I like it.
So what do you think your 4-bet frequency is going to be today?
Today?
I mean 3-bet.
I don't know. I told myself I'm gonna keep it count for the first few hundred hands.
Why?
I don't know. There's still some money at stake.
I mean, not real money.
Not real money. Just middle 5 figures.
Yeah, but I mean, you're not going to swing that much, right?
I think if I lose like 100K, I might lose like 5,000.
I don't think it can't possibly be that big. Seems to me like you have a pretty big win like already, and there's not a whole lot that'll change that unless like maybe you could lose a couple thousand. I mean, it depends on how everyone else does.
But I know I just couldn't help myself anyway.
Have you been making video blogs?
I only made 2.
It's not that bad.
You guys have been doing them every day?
Not every day, but most days.
It's for Tony and those guys, right?
Yeah.
Open like that. I don't know. I found it kind of hard to do. I had to do that myself, and like, no one was asking me questions.
Yeah, well, I mean, I found it hard too because like there wasn't a whole lot changing. Like it was the first few days, like we had more stuff going on, but then it was like it was like, okay, well, we're beating the bot today, so we're still beating it. It's still beating it. Well, we weren't making any changes, so. Damn cloudy. Fucking get in there.
I'm gonna miss this guy today.
Ask if you can take him home with you. Just be like, hey,
It's fun hanging out.
Dr. Sam, can I like tell him that home, from home to this guy and play him?
Can I just log in at home, enter a random seed,
Just go at it.
and on cloudy?
Yep.
I think I'm actually gonna have a hard time with playing a real human being for the first few days.
Yeah, I can see that actually. You have to get back in the groove of things. I'm the people's champ right now. Everyone's rooting for the underdog. Can he get back to even?
That's the biggest storyline we have.
TYWCG Rider for leaving this baller water here that I will not drink. Oh, it's sparkling? Oh. Whoa. Alright, it's okay.
Yeah, you don't judge all about that.
Hi.
Thank you.
Damn it. Alright, thank you very much.
I just brought you up a bottle of water just in case, like there wasn't a cup
Oh, awesome.
server around.
Thank you.
And I give you little tiny ones that.
Time to blast off here. Yes. Here you go. Thank you very much for both of us.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Just give me a call if you Do you need anything? You got a good radio there? What was it? It was the other day.
He just flattened the river with the nuts. Yeah.
I guess by repetition.
Or was this? Is that the nut?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
He just flatted.
Bet.
Bet 85% pot.
Oh my god.
Just gives a flat. You can never be too careful.
You gotta be too careful. You could have a rat. You get 3 rolls. Not the first time it's happened though.
Oh, I should have called that. On that. No.
You guys want to take it for Vancouver after this for a while? Or just-
Nope, straight to more poker. It's straight from here to Vancouver, and then it's straight from Vancouver to Vegas for 6 weeks. He's taking a break.
Well, I think probably just a couple of days.
You're going to Mexico though, right?
Yeah. But I think I'm gonna need to grind up.
Then I'm gonna be in World Series playing.
Well, you're playing school, right?
Yeah, and then I'm gonna play tournaments all day for 6 weeks.
It's gonna be so weird, like,
Well, actually, we were just talking about that. Bjorn says he thinks he'll need like a few days to like
yeah.
figure it out again. Yeah, it's really weird, like removing that one part from your thinking. Like, oh, what does he think about what I have? Oh, what do I think that he has given the way he plays? Like, you just completely remove that from your head against Claudica. Yeah, because he just has everything. So there's no point in trying to fool.
According to Sam, it does think about our range though.
Yeah. No, really good. Yeah, it is. It's a little bit more complicated than that. It doesn't think about your range of anything it does.
Yeah, that's what I'm. Yeah.
You think you're gonna like take any blood glucose out, start eating it.
Thomas asked me that yesterday, and it's like, what makes Kodaco good is not something a human can copy. Like their randomization, like
Yeah, but you could like it. Well, I mean, it'd be. Yeah, I guess it'd be tough to balance like the 1/10 bit.
it'd be very tough, yeah.
It's the idea of like vetting a lot of fighters from small to really large. It's something that people have already been using to some extent.
Mm-hmm.
But the pros don't do it just because it's like used to be different.
I think a lot of us do it, but we don't do as many sizes as the bot does, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I might have like a 2x pot and like a 2/3 pot. I won't have like all in and like 1/10 pot.
But it's like, do you think it'd be worth the effort to start adding more stuff?
I think
It's so hard as a human to do that, then balance it all in your head.
I can do 3 maybe at most. I can turn the mic off maybe not all of it. Yeah, it's hard to balance. Like, that's not your objective.
I can tell you more after today. It's not strictly a mash shot.
Yeah, well, definitely not. Yeah.
Well, it's not, I guess, it's not doing that well in that area.
I mean, obviously, even if it wasn't mash shot, I mean, it's pretty hard to find the mash equilibrium and things like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, nobody even knows how to calculate explodability in millimeters. Kind of like stuff.
Oh yeah, I saw someone post that. Like no, yeah.
Actually, are your mics off?
Yeah. But there are some others that I just won't comment on because I'm not sure.
It does. I always thought it played very tough on like. I said this multiple times on 4 suits on the board. Like you just can't. I can never get a bluff through on those boards. It's just always. It's close third pair. It doesn't matter. I mean, but maybe that's because maybe that could just be the way like it breaks up its hand.
But that doesn't mean tough though. That kind of means it's not folding enough.
Well, I actually think it is. What I was about to say is like, you know, I see third pair, but that just happens to be how it's split up its range, like on that particular situation. Like, it probably is folding and calling the right amount, but it may like call with third pair and maybe fold a slightly better hand. I don't know, just the way things happen.
Yeah, I feel like in that situation, that's one of the situations where it should be playing well.
Okay.
Well, we know it already does that. Like, we know it has a good frequency, but it tends to not pick like the top X%.
Right.
But rather it takes like X percentage over its whole range.
Oh yeah, I think you mentioned
Doug.
that once. Yeah.
Yeah, Doug, we showed
So
him.
I have some theories about why that might be the case. That was the river thing, right? You were saying that it does that on the river?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's more Sam's area.
And I think, at least from I noticed, I feel like that was dialed down quite a bit. At least I feel like I haven't noticed it as much anymore.
Well, we made a change, and I'm not sure if that actually addressed the issue or not.
I think I would bet whatever you did at least alleviated it, because it's not so much like it used to just like raise like pairs on the river where we didn't understand why, and I haven't seen that in a while.
It still kind of does that sometimes.
But I think sometimes it's turning those.
Yeah.
It's turning. Whoops. I limped. This will be my first limp in like the entire sample. I'm learning from Claudico.
What do you think are the chances of this happening again to them?
I think pretty high.
Oh.
Well, you don't think so?
I mean, yeah, I guess so, but like, which means we can't really talk much.
Oh, I mean, the bot's going to change so much. It's not like we're going to use the same bot just like run it around here. We're just going to like,
I mean,
a lot of things are
I think our chances of winning in the future would be very low, so it doesn't really matter.
But you guys are looking like that you want us to come back. Or wanting to do this again.
Yeah. Debate what we're going to do this like 1 year from now or 2. Is if this was like a much closer, I feel like if maybe it doesn't have to kind of how long the button is, but I wouldn't want to do this again a year from now and then, you know, have to be a tie or something.
Do you want like a decisive win?
Yeah.
No. In 2 years, Bjorn will be like a billionaire and retired, though.
It'll be challenging. I'm not sure if you guys will have it solved 3 years or 2 years.
Well, we're not going to have it solved. My hope is that we can at least calculate how far away we are from having it solved.
So if Sam's graduating, or not, I don't know if graduating is the right word, but
Yeah.
are you gonna probably bring more new people on your team?
We're not going to get anybody for next year.
Okay.
At least nobody that applied to senior this year was interested in the focus project.
What?
They didn't say they were interested. I don't know. I was surprised too.
Maybe it'll change when they see like the coverage it gets.
So who's going to carry on the project?
Me.
You.
Noam's carrying it on his back.
By yourself. Sam has got all the poker expertise though.
Yeah, honestly, it's not easy to see when it comes to putting this spot. There were a couple things that like Sam. Alright, I'm gonna head down to my breakfast.
All right, see you, man.
Yeah. Make sure you turn the mics back on.
Oh, yeah.
See you guys?
How much money would you need for you to come back here? Next time? If the number is good.
Hard to say. More money.
Definitely more.
More money, and we need like an easier like time schedule for this.
Yeah.
Whoa, whoa. I just 2x potted the river and got called by King High.
Oh my god. Just 3-barrel?
Yeah, well, I bet small in the tournament.
It does do that. It happened to me once with ace high after it's just bizarre. Like with its folding frequencies,
Mhm.
and then all of a sudden it shows up with like, it's like the weakest hit.
For value or bluff?
My average sizes have gotten larger and larger as the event progressed. I wonder if everyone else made the same progression.
Man, I hope my flight home has a better plane. I had the most ghetto plane on the way here from US Airways. There's no entertainment system. There's fucking trash on the ground.
Where did you fly from?
LAX.
Isn't that pretty standard? Like most, no entertainment system.
Bro,
Or, like,
this is the first.
flights?
This is the first plane I've had without entertainment system, and
Okay.
I think.
Yeah, I assume you would know better. I don't fly within the U.S.
I actually fly pretty rarely within the U.S. too. I fly more to outside.
Because really short haul flights don't have entertainment systems, obviously. I don't know. I guess like LA to here. Is this your first time in the East Coast?
No.
Because you said you've never been in New York before.
Yeah, I've never been to New York. But yeah, all my other East Coast flights have had in-flight entertainment. I usually try to fly Virgin domestically, but like they don't go to enough places usually. Or at least don't go to wherever I'm going. Catching Claudia's bluffs. Have you ever flown Virgin? Any of the Virgins?
I don't think I have.
I think Virgin Australia is supposed to be real baller.
Oh, okay.
I haven't pulled that.
Those are international flights, though, probably.
Yeah. Oh yeah. The Virgin America though has like pretty sweet planes.
Dude, Wi-Fi on international flights would be the best invention.
I had it
Really?
when I flew to.
International flight?
Yeah, from LAX to Melbourne, I had Wi-Fi.
That is crazy.
Yeah, it was real insane. I actually really that was United, and like
United also has it?
this was a United flight. I really liked my flight. I thought it was awesome. I was only in economy plus, but I felt like I had a ton of room and like I'm tall and it was sweet, man. I had fucking Wi-Fi the whole way there.
And it was an international flight.
Yeah, and it had plugs. You could, yeah,
I didn't know these existed.
yeah.
I'm gonna have to find a flight with Wi-Fi next time I fly international. Did you grind?
No. It's a USIP.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
VPN that shit. You know you got.
Also, I was trying to like sleep the whole way.
Yeah. Have you ever flown first class before?
Not internationally. The first class on Virgin America for domestic, I've done that a few times. So that's pretty sweet. It's like completely independent share and everything, like that. But I like Dong's been coaching me on how to use like miles and stuff appropriately. So I'm think I'm gonna be able to get it done. I gotta sign up for some credit cards and like he knows the right flights and
Tom definitely knows his shit.
yeah, dude. It sounds like you can get it done real. He was like, we were talking last night about like how to get to Melbourne next year.
Yeah.
He said I should take Cathay.
Cathay?
Cathay. God, I keep fucking saying it wrong. Cathay, and he was like explaining to me how I can take it to connect in Hong Kong,
Yeah.
which is like still makes the whole flight like a lot longer, but at least I can like hang out in Hong Kong and Macau for a few days. But
Oh, you need a few days layover?
I mean, you don't need to, but like after I fly for fucking like 10 hours, like it's kind of tough to hop on another like 10-hour flight immediately. But he was actually like, I could get that. You can get that first class one way for like 60K miles, which is only like $1,200. And he said it's a nice first class.
Only $1,200.
Yeah, well, I mean, like he's saying that 60K miles is equivalent to about $1,200. But I need to start, like, I need to now start grinding like credit card bonuses, and I just haven't been doing that at all.
Credit card bonuses. I think the throwaway of the.
Yep.
Cafe is very nice, but it does not have Wi-Fi on the international flight.
Yeah, that's okay though. I don't think it's. I'd rather have niceness than Wi-Fi. Like I run out of things to do too quickly, anyways. Can only like read forums for so long.
Well, if it wasn't a US IP, you could grind.
Yeah, but that would still be uncomfortable, kind of like not having like a full mouse setup and everything.
Yeah.
Oh God. This is so bad to triple off.
A block.
Yeah.
Oh no.
This just like never works.
Okay. Yeah. Those rainbow blocks are kind of hard to choose.
I'll do the best triple barrel. Okay, it didn't work. Alright, well I think that means it would not have gotten through.
Yeah, probably not. But I think it'd be better, like half pot is probably the way to go. So for what reason did Dom recommend flying Cathay?
What was that?
What was the reason like Dom recommended flying Cathay?
You just said it's a nice airline. And like they're part of this partnership where it's possible to use like your miles to get like a really good deal on first class. Oh man, this has turned out poorly. I'm throwing in the towel. Check. Yeah, this is not good.
Airball again in a big pot.
No. first hand I have here. You say uh-oh?
Guess having a stroke now.
Oh,
I
shit.
want the medics, so they need me.
You definitely just go for it.
There's a medic with them already.
Oh, okay.
That's what I did for a living. I was retired.
Yeah, I remember you saying you were a paramedic before, right? Yeah.
Lifeline.
How often do those things happen?
Here?
Seems like every day someone has a heart attack or something.
Probably every day, yeah. Wow. Seriously, medical emergencies, maybe once a week.
Wow.
There's a lot of elderly. You coming here? Johnson's on the way, right? Yes, that was downstairs. Go watch it or something.
How's it going?
How you doing?
Not bad, just plugging away.
What's fun now?
Yep. There's a light at the end of the tunnel.
Indeed. I get it.
My head? I'm getting close. I'm down a little bit right now. We crunched the numbers going into today. I had a 40% chance of getting to even. So it could happen.
What's that?
Thank you again. We'll see you guys soon.
Alright.
See ya. running it and getting it through over a lot of running it.
So how many chips?
I just did two 3-bet pot run its. Triple off and they fucking got there. God, this fucking river. Min bet. Gotta do the min bet. Yes. Max value.
How many hands you got?
211. What's you?
236.
I'm hanging in there. Keeping it close with Bajorn. Oh, that is the lamest. I have to fold all this amazing equity.
What happened? Got jammed on?
I had the nut flush draw with a gut shot, and I bet the turn a 3-bet pot, and he just jammed.
That flush draw and a gut shot. Oh my god, painful.
This is just like, I have to give it away.
Wow, sick.
You know what's, if it wasn't for this chop, if it wasn't for like the split like variance though,
Yeah.
I would just be like, I've got to gamble for it and just call. But here it doesn't fucking matter.
Pretty dirty, man. He took that line that was best against your hand.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
Yeah, he did. Get in the value. Even. What about you?
Stuck a little. Rooting for you, man.
Thank you. I'm gonna make it happen.
Yeah.
Only 1,050 hands to go. Oh my. Did it get through? Nice. Gotta get them through. Cloudy in the tank. I actually thought he was playing fast today, but he's really tanking it now. Big decision for Cloudy. Doesn't want to make any mistakes. Yeah, you should run it.
I should run it.
I don't even see the hand. Dude. Yeah. There we go. 911. God. Excuse me?
Do we have an officer that can come up and escort one of the players? He's been coming in.
Okay, thank you.
For the both of you guys, or did you?
Just me. Yeah, just me, I think. Awesome. Do you think I'll get in trouble if I listen to music? Doug was.
You'll be fine. Doug was doing it.
You don't have headphones?
Yeah, I don't.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm gonna play non-stop.
doing?
Down 2K, you?
Up 34, 391 hands.
Nice. I'm 362 hands.
Yeah, I was hoping to maybe watch you guys a little and talk to you a little bit.
Yeah.
If that's all right.
Sounds good.
Maybe. Bjorn and Jason.
Right. There's a chair over there if you want.
Yeah, we bothered the guys downstairs for a while. But this is quite a room in here.
Yeah.
Half the games are played in here.
Yeah, well, we're each playing 20,000 hands. I'm playing the mirrored hands against Doug, and he's playing the mirrored hands against Bjorn. I mean, sorry, Bjorn's playing the mirrored hands against Dong. So, yeah, so yeah, I guess you could say, yeah, half the hands are being played up here. But we rotate every day.
Nobody sits on these ones, right?
No, that's just for observing.
But they don't put anything on the screen. Oh, they do on that one.
But that one's not connected, I guess? Okay.
And that's the daily total at the end of yesterday? Or?
It's the running total.
Oh, it's running?
Yeah.
Okay.
Human's got a pretty decisive lead going on here.
Now, what were you eating over here? I'm curious.
Just breakfast food.
Okay, let's take one of the Although I don't know, if I were sitting here playing poker all day, I don't know if I would be after that. So let me just, if I can ask, you know, what do you find, what did you what first struck you about playing the computer?
The bot plays completely random, so I have been trying to combat it by being quite random myself.
What do you mean by that? By being random yourself? Does it mean an advantage to being more rational?
Random does not mean irrational. Yeah.
What's an example of like how you would combat the box play?
I guess trying to be playing as optimal as I could, because the bot itself is attempting to play what it thinks is optimal. I guess they call it the Nash equilibrium. Yeah. I don't know if you've ever learned that term.
No. That's a computer science term? Or?
It's a game theory term.
Yeah, there's like a formal definition. I can't recount it entirely, but for games where like the payouts are known, multiple player games where the payouts are known, don't quote me on this because I don't want to say it wrong, but it defines it on Wikipedia. It's like with a certain set of conditions, like there exists a Nash equilibrium strategy that cannot be beat because it plays exactly like even.
Known payouts and finite outcome.
Right, okay, known payouts and finite outcome. So when you play this strategy, you're not necessarily able to beat someone that hard, but they cannot beat you. So what you will win is the difference they are between Nash equilibrium and their play style.
Okay.
So as Noam put it, the worst win rate you'll have is, in poker we define win rates as big blinds 1 per 100 hands. The worst win rate you'll have is 0. The absolute worst case is you break even, but you're gonna win.
Okay.
Because unless someone's using Nash strategy, the Nash equilibrium strategy, they'll have some leaks and holes in their game somewhere.
That's all right. I can.
Yeah, he just needs all the information he can, then he puts it together in the best way.
Yeah. So, and what has been? I mean, do you play differently? You think against a computer than you do against a person?
In a way, I can experiment with a lot more things than against the bot than I can against humans. Because this bot plays sort of a fixed optimal strategy, but it does not deviate from that. So it's not able to I guess what we call like maximally adjust against the way we play. So we can try a lot of different things.
It doesn't adjust.
It doesn't adjust. It only plays one fixed strategy, which may not be perfect yet.
Although I thought it was teaching itself as it goes along.
At the end of the day, yes.
It does, but it doesn't do it quite fast enough, I guess.
It doesn't do it like a human, where it's trying to necessarily figure out how to beat us as individuals. It's just trying to update its own strategy.
A human is able to come up with conclusions based on like a much smaller sample size, whereas this bot isn't able to do that.
So yeah, so a human can zero in on the one player, but the bot's just using you as examples in an algorithm, basically.
Right, right.
What role do you guys think fatigue plays for humans? Because that seems to be different. I was watching on the feed yesterday and talking to one of the players. I think it was Don. And
You can see in the feed we look pretty worn down.
yeah.
Well, I mean, at this point, we're kind of like, the result is pretty much known, and now it's just been a process of finishing it. So I would say everyone towards the end has just been very worn down from all the poker that's being played.
It gets pretty repetitive and grueling.
Yeah,
Doing the same fixed strategy every day.
the same fixed strategy against the same person all day. But
It's quite different if you're playing poker against humans, where like you're faced with different types of players, where you get into different types of situations. But with this bot, it definitely gets a bit repetitive.
early on though, like the first few days into the challenge, like fatigue was definitely a major thing because we didn't know anything about this, about Claudica, about this opponent going into this, and the organization, the logistics weren't quite worked out, and things went a lot slower the first few days. So we were here from like 11 a.m. to like midnight, 1 a.m. to start off with. Then we would go home and then we would study, and then like, I mean, it takes a few hours to study, so there's a lot of days we're staying up till 4 a.m. then waking up at 9 every day to come play this. And like, yeah, I mean, we're just human. You know, we need like sleep to have like maximum like brain function. So at the start, like this was like this was quite a grind, I would say. We were really, I mean, we were giving it like a hard effort to try and figure things out so we could beat this as best as possible. But after like we kind of figured things out and we were able to like keep the day shorter, the fatigue has slowed down a little to the point where now we probably look fatigued because we just want to get this done with.
Yeah. Now, are these guys razzing you because you're down to the bot?
What do you mean? Oh, me?
Yeah.
Well, I'm not exactly down because it is in the format. It's mirrored hands. So I have mirrored hands with Doug, and Bjorn has mirrored hands with Dong. So it's not an individual competition because it's only 20,000 hands per each person played. The real thing here is like all of our hands combined creates the statistical significance. So it's kind of like in the Ryder Cup, you don't look at like how one individual player does. It doesn't make sense. This is like a team thing. And what is significant here is Doug and I with mirrored hole cards are winning. Bjorn and Dong with reverse hole cards are winning. And all together, we're absolutely crushing.
How does the mirror work?
So all the hole cards that I have against the bot, the bot will have those cards against Doug. So like in this hand, like I have King 3,
Okay.
and this board came out. I don't know what he has here. I'm gonna fold, but this exact hand will play out with reverse cards. So Doug will have whatever Claudico had, and the bot will have King 3.
Okay. So hands you have against bot, theoretically, or definitely, it just might not be the exact same time, but at some point today,
It's a format that attempts to minimize the kind of...
It attempts to minimize the variance because, I mean, I think Professor Sandholm would agree, you know, like the 20,000 hands I play is not significant. You know, what's significant is when we combine the mirrored cards with Doug and when we combine all the humans together.
Okay, so Doug has the bot's hands. And you have
Right.
the bot's
Right.
hands, basically.
So, I mean, like, for instance, I got very unlucky to start off with. I also wasn't making like adjustments as quickly as I should, but I mean, everyone observing agreed I got pretty unlucky. But that, like, it doesn't matter because it's not me competing against the bot. It's us together competing.
Okay, okay. So what's your assessment of the bot's playing style?
The bot attempts to play a game theory optimal style where it does everything with everything in a way where you cannot predict what it has. But it's a major difference between playing this and playing a human. When you play a human, you try to figure out how they play and how to best exploit the strategy they have. And you can kind of figure out what they have. The bot is not like that. Playing Cloudicco, all we do is try to exploit specific weaknesses we have found to maximum gain.
So I'm trying to understand that because it's complicated.
Mhm.
You've simplified it, but it's still complicated in my head.
Okay.
So with a human, you have a greater chance of knowing what I have because you've seen my style.
Yes.
Is that the idea?
Yeah, so you'll have a style you play, and I can determine, like, you'll play certain hands a certain way. You'll
Yeah.
play ranges of hands a certain way. Cloudicco makes itself difficult by completely randomizing that in a balanced way that a human cannot do.
Okay.
But
Okay.
it may not be doing it correctly.
Right.
That's the problem.
That's a good point.
Okay.
It's actually kind of hard to put it in really basic terms.
Like Cloudicco balances hands without staying in range, basically.
Right, yeah. Cloudicco doesn't have range. I mean, pre-flop, but
It
like,
has ranges, but like, it's hard to.
But in a less predictable way.
Yes.
right. It's definitely not predictable. Like, I mean,
Less predictable, yeah.
Less predictable, but maybe not as wise.
like, do you play poker much?
A little bit recreational.
Okay, so I could like explain it. So this is a little into the hand, but on this flop, like,
Yeah.
okay, so Cloudicco raised, I called.
Yeah.
On this flop, ace 7-4,
Yeah.
a human would never check back 7-4. If they had two pair,
Yeah.
a human would be you'd be afraid to slow play that because you don't want cards coming to counterfeit your two pair. You don't want a flush card,
Somebody to get ace 4 to beat you, basically.
or I mean like ace with a better
They have
kick.
a pair of ace and then the next.
Or like you wouldn't want this card to come if you had 7-4 because then the flush is possible.
Yeah.
So a human wouldn't slow play 7-4 here.
Yeah.
Cloudicco would. It does not care.
Okay. Okay.
And also, Cloudicco is capable of bluffing in every situation.
Where some humans might not.
Yeah, some humans might be like, oh, it doesn't make sense to bluff here, or a bluff will never work here. Cloudicco doesn't care. It knows that in a game theory optimal strategy, you need to always have bluffs.
Okay. So basically, Cloudicco would bluff because instead of thinking at this particular moment, I'm about to lose all the money I came with, he's thinking
It's theoretically,
infinity.
right.
I'll still come out better if I play it this way.
Right, so he's thinking theoretically, I must bluff here.
Okay, okay. And basically the idea is, because game theory is just based on infinity, where you and I are based on our own experience. I mean, that's the,
Right,
right?
right.
All right, see, we're getting deep and philosophical here. It's
Yeah.
really interesting.
Yeah, I mean the game, poker is a lot more complicated and interesting than like most people know. Like you really have to play a lot to fully understand the complexity and the strategic element to the game.
It all boils down to numbers and frequencies.
Right.
It's a very, yeah.
But I mean, most people don't know that. Most people just see like they're getting some cards, they're making some hands, like that's what it
Right.
is. But there's so much more going on to this game. I mean, and that's why we can make a living at it, because we have a very deep understanding of how to do that.
Right. I mean, yeah. I mean, already we're a long way from like the guy comes in with his spurs and just intimidates the
Yeah,
hell out of you.
yeah.
Anyway, so-
I don't know. Bjorn looks pretty intimidating. With his loafers and his venti iced latte.
Those are what do you call those? Are like deck shoes, right? I guess they're loafers.
Yeah, it's on loafers. You know, against a human, you always try to tend to get into people's head.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you can't really do that with this guy because he doesn't have like, he just plays according to his algorithm. In a way, I guess you could say against you like it's more psychological.
Yeah.
It can get more psychological.
Yeah, there's like can be an element to the game in poker with humans where it's like, oh, does he know that I know? Do I? And so on, like different levels of that. For this, it doesn't matter because Calico doesn't like think or adjust like that.
Yeah, I mean, right, like sometimes in poker, I think what you're saying is you'll be like, well, I'm going to bluff because I am supposed to bluff, but he'll think I'm not supposed to bluff, and he'll think I'm, you sort of go these back and forth games, right?
Right, right.
And there's none of that.
There's none of that. You just know Claudico will bluff.
Yeah.
Although in the very top level of competition among humans, it all boils down to numbers at the end of the day,
Yeah.
and less so that guessing what he thinks and him guessing what I think. That stuff kind of goes out the window at the highest level. You would agree with that?
Yeah.
So, do you guys think this computer or some computer will eventually be, good enough to beat you guys, good enough to beat the best of those?
Without a doubt.
Yeah, without a doubt. I mean, I can see the progress they've made through their various bots so far, and the progress over the past 9 months is pretty substantial. You know, I did it for making so much progress, and I just know it's obviously just going to continue.
How soon do you think it'll be?
I say 2 or 3 years.
Yeah. I think it could be close next year, but we would probably still win if we did it again. But in 2 years, I think that one's more up in the air.
I think it's probably still kind of hard to predict. It could be very well like as long as 10 years.
Yeah, I mean, currently, so it's our win rate combined is what's significant here. I don't know if they've tried to say to you like, oh, we're beating one human. That's kind of a way they can spin it to give some sort of credit, but I mean, it's not beating a human; it's losing to the team. And we're winning at 10 big blinds per 100, which is per 100 hands.
It's kind of the metric that we use to measure how much we're winning, I guess.
And that's a significant win rate.
Yeah.
So if this was real dollars
Yeah.
and you got to play 1,000 hands against Claudico a day at these stakes, we'd be winning at $1,000 a day. Right?
Is that right?
Yeah. 10 big blinds. No. Wait. That's sorry. 10 big blinds for 100 hands. That's $10,000 a day. So it's pretty good. It's something you can take to the bank.
Now, do you think? I mean, when I was talking to Doug downstairs,
Mhm.
he was saying like it would be a good win against the pro, but it wouldn't be outside the realm of respectability.
That's true.
I mean, I'm just curious if you guys agree with.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with that.
Yeah, it's not a very close match so far, I think.
Well, what he's saying is not outside the realm. Like,
Oh.
if I beat like you for 10 big blinds per 100, it wouldn't be like, oh, you suck.
Yeah.
But it's like, it is. He's right. It is like in the realm of respectable, but like 10 big blinds is a good win
You
range.
guys would crush me, well beyond this, is what I'm saying.
Right. Yeah.
Because I'm not a schooled player.
Right.
Whereas the computer, you're handily beating him, but
Right.
he has a spot at the table.
Okay. Yeah. That's a fair way of saying it.
Yeah,
I mean.
at the table, yeah.
I mean, we're the top heads-up players. So
Yeah.
comparing it to us is like, it's not going to say whether or not it's good or bad. It's going to say whether or not it's the best or not. And the truth is Cloudica would beat most human poker players.
Yeah.
It would hold its own against, I would say, like most mid-stakes poker players, heads-up poker players.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. Huh. Do you guys want to do this again?
I think we'd be willing to do it again with maybe a slightly different format that wasn't so harsh on our mere human bodies and minds. I think we'd be interested in doing
Honest, the hours got quite good.
it. Our,
Yeah.
yeah, that's
I
true.
have to give them that. Yeah.
But
Started off really bad, but
Did you say it wasn't so harsh on our fragile human bodies, or you said our human bodies?
our fragile human body.
What did you say?
Oh, I think I said mere human bodies. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I mean the computer, it can play through anything. You know, we got really tired, and it was tough to begin with. Dong and I were having like allergies.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I just got LASIK, so my eyes were just like killing me to start off with. So it was tough. It was a tough start.
You and Doug were the ones who got allergies?
No, me and Dong.
Oh, Don. Yeah, I'm gonna have to read these notes carefully between Dong and Doug.
Oh, I know. Isn't it?
My hands have to be underlined or something.
I actually don't know how you guys do. Like I see you, like reporters just scribble down notes, and like you guys do it so fast. You must have some sort of shorthanded system where you can read it.
You guys play faster than we write.
Okay.
When did you get LASIK?
April 2nd.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So I've been pouring these artificial tears in nonstop. These glasses, I obviously don't need glasses. These are just to protect me from screens. I think Doug, you saw.
Got them too, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Huh.
Gunner Optics.
Yeah.
probably get one of those.
Yeah, you should definitely get those. You can put prescription on them. So yeah, and also like this was quite a bit of a time for us to give up from like normally playing high stakes.
Yeah, how much would you be making more money if you were?
All of us would definitely be making more money. Yeah.
Yeah. So this is a pay cut. For
Yeah. This I mean was a pay cut for our time, but we wanted to do this like for the experience, like to be a part of something as historical as this, and we all really wanted to represent, you know, humanity, show that humans still have. We went into this like hoping to show